million last year? Like, how'd you do that? Well, we raised
Sell your soul to get this.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, how'd you get this money? Oh, I sold my soul. No, I found oil. I found some oil.
Yeah, right.
That's hilarious. That dude blew his money in a casino in Jersey.
I'm telling you.
Bet it on black. Oh, I need another demon.
That's it.
Sorry to hate on this, and I know, I guess, just the core concept of it. And I think it is possible to admire a movie. It just kept me at such a length. I don't know why. And then, I as you were breaking down that scene, one thing I do like about this movie is I do feel like a lot of, for lack of a better word, art house A24 horror films can lean into preciousness, which, we love M. Night Shyamalan movies, but a lot of people after that tried to make an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and they kind of missed the point and it just felt precious, a lot of the shots. This movie does not, and I love that about it. It's not overly precious. I just got a guy, cult member, blowing his money in Jersey.
Yeah. I think not everything's going to be perfect, but I like that you can separate, hey, I don't really feel anything for these people. And, that's a big thing with movies. Most slasher films, like you've brought up earlier, we don't really care for them all that much because we know that they're all expendable in a slasher film. You kind of walk into this one and you go, all right, you're the family that's targeted by the cult. Cool. I know I shouldn't put too much stock in you because you're not going to be around all that long. I think you do have a really interesting scene when Steve bursts into flame because it's built up so much that if she throws the sketchbook into the fire, she's going to catch fire.
Psych.
And it turns, it's like, nope, we're going to go after this guy now because he's the one who's in our way and we're tired of you. I think that was a great little turnaround. I think you can kind of see that coming because you're like, I feel like something bad's going to go here. And boom, it's him. I don't know. I think that Toni Collette's facial expressions too in this, I keep coming back to her, especially in that moment, because she's just looking at him and she's got that face of pure horror, and then she just lets her face relax. And you can tell she's just gone. She is not there anymore.
And took her over.
It's just like, that is finally when Annie disappears. Like she's just not there anymore, whether it was a psychotic break, whether her consciousness was taken over by whatever it is that makes her crawl up the wall. She's just gone. At that point, Annie is not home.
Oh, she's gone. And also, a lot of people have said that Peter dies at the end, but I don't believe that because Annie's brother killed himself and they couldn't use that vessel anymore. If Peter jumps out that window and snaps his neck, that won't be a vessel anymore. So I've read a lot of stuff online saying that Peter killed himself and that allowed Paimon to enter his body. I think what allowed the demon to enter his body was the sheer amount of weakness, as in like Session 9, Blackcoat's daughter, The Dark and the Wicked. He had just been run so far into the ground that his body then became able to be inhabited. Did you read it that way?
So I'm thinking about it now because in that moment, so various parts of this film, you have this refracted light that sweeps across the screen, or it's this little, it sweeps across and then it becomes that sunspot on the wall, or, he's in class and it swings by and then he looks at the reflection of his face in the cabinet or whatever. So you have that when he leaps out of the window, there's this black shadow that leaves his body and the refracted light spot, whatever it is, goes into his body. So I'm wondering, because then when he climbs into the tree house, Joni greets him as Charlie. So it's one of two things. So that, and then you look at it, so bear with me as I talk myself through this. So the black shadow that leaves his body could be Peter's soul leaving. And then his body is inhabited by Paimon, who they climb up into the thing. But when they refer to him as Charlie, so I wonder if he was possessed by, let's say, 3 entities. Let's say he's got Charlie, let's say he's got Peter, and let's say he's got Paimon. I think it's possible that he was carrying Charlie's soul already and Payman, because she was his vessel. And the light that finally goes in there is like Payman, I guess. Maybe he did leave. Maybe his soul is the one that's released. The alternative is that it's Charlie's soul that is finally released, because she has now done her job and they don't need her anymore because now they've got the male body. And so then Peter is trapped in there with Payman.
Oh,
I've talked myself. Yeah, there's two different possibilities here, because Charlie, like you said earlier, was there the whole time while Payman was possessing her body as a vessel. And
so you got Charlie, Payman, and Peter in there?
I think there's a possibility for that, because Charlie's soul was in that house because she possesses Annie when Annie does that seance, and like everything gets really creepy because she's crying and saying, "Mom, what's going on?" And she's like yelling "Mom" until Steve throws that glass of water at her and like shocks her out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if maybe she jumped into Peter in that moment. I don't know if she's been in Peter the whole time. I don't know if she's just been aligned with Payman. I can't pin this down for you now that I think about it.
Because people said he died, but if the guy hung himself, they couldn't move forward with that.
Right. So I definitely think there's a soul. I'm gonna inception this, and I'm gonna say I don't know what it is, but I can argue many possibilities.
Yeah, and I mean either way, Payman's there. Payman, Payman, tomato.
Yep.
I saw a shirt once that said like I say tomato. You say tomato. You say tomato. I say F you. I'm like, what? So listen. Okay, we've covered a lot.
We have.
Do you want to do something real quick? Do you want to do an A24 horror movie draft that people can vote on at MFF?
Ever. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to pull up A24 horror movies. I'll give you first pick since I'm so nice.
Okay.
And we'll start drafting. So you get first pick, and you can pick whatever you want. You can go as big.
How many are you going to? 5?
5. You can go as big or little as you want. I don't care. You can even take this first pick.
I don't know that I'm going to. I want to dodge your expectations.
Hey.
Because I have some that I almost want to fight you for, but I'm interested to see where you're going to go. I'm going to choose The Witch first.
Oh, The Witch. Robert Eggers.
Oh, it's so good.
A baby gets turned into goo.
That movie, that was another one where I was like, oh, we're going to go there. Okay.
Baby goo. I love it. I love that movie. I'm going to take Green Room because I like that. I like the band before they get in there. Yeah. I like how outmatched they are, and I like how the violence is just so fast and brutal and mean and plays so real.
It really is.
It's my favorite horror. Like that and Black Coats are my 2 favorite, and Climax are my 2 favorite horror movies. 3 favorite horror films of the last 10 years. Yeah. All right, your second pick.
All right, I'm gonna go Hereditary.
Oof, I've lost already. I'm gonna get 0 votes, but I don't care. I'm taking The Black Coat's Daughter because I love The Black Coat's Daughter, and it really. I want you to watch it so I can we've covered it on the pod.
I'll watch it tonight.
Wait, I just spelt The Black Boat's Daughter. You got boat in me here. What's going on?
Because I got Boatman's Daughter, which I've been sitting here looking at going, I need to read that so I can watch the movie. And you are now the one who has revealed to me that it's not the same text. So I will watch Black Coat's Daughter today.
Oh, it's so good. All right, who you got? What horror movie you got next?
I'm going Midsommar. I have to.
Midsommar.
Oh, another one. One right after the other. Ari Aster, I was like, I am on board. I will see his films sight unseen. I do not care. One after the other, these 2 films, it was like a gut punch. Incredible.
All right, I'm going to take...
I will say with Midsommar, I don't like that they brought back that agonized, screaming thing. I'm like, nope, we've already done that. You can't have it in both movies. But go ahead.
I'm going to take... Climax.
Okay.
Because have you seen Climax?
I have not.
So it's directed like Gaspar Noé, and it's about this dance troupe it's a French dance crew, and the beginning of the film features this amazing dance sequence where they're all in line, they're all in just this they're all in sync, and then someone spikes their sangria with LSD.
Ooh.
And it just goes to hell in a handbasket. Very one-shot-esque. Oh man, I forgot to pick up movie? Goes hell in a handbasket. It becomes just a living hell, the movie, essentially. So, yeah.
Little Suspiria remake?
No. It's,
Okay.
there's no, like, witches involved. There's no covens.
Yeah, I mean the dance scenes.
Oh, yeah. But it's unlike any dance you've ever seen. Just type in climax opening and you'll see the dance, and it's really worth watching.
I'm in. I am in.
What's your fourth pick?
So I was panicked. I'm like, if he picks this, I'm going to kick myself so hard.
If you pick this, I'm going to kick myself so hard because I have a movie I just saw I should have picked. What are you doing?
Saint Maud.
Oh.
Is that it?
Nope, but it's so good.
Have you? Oh my God, this movie. I'm like, I can't. They're so good. One right after the other.
My buddy Billy Crash of Crash Palace Productions, I asked for 2021 movies, and you gave me Mortal Kombat and Judas and the Black Messiah to recommend to watch. And
Saint Maud 2021? Saint Maud was last year, I thought.
I guess like it got like released in film festivals, but a lot of people are saying it's 2021, so you can allow it either way.
Oh, I missed it then. Good for him.
All right, so Saint Maud, yeah. All right, I'm gonna take Under the Skin.
I was debating that one.
I love that movie, and it's a movie you can't recommend it to anybody or talk about it a lot because a lot of people are like, Mark, what are you watching? Like, I know why you watch that, Mark. It's so beautiful. It is played expertly.
That's a film to look at.
Yeah. It's just visually outstanding. I'm not being weird here. I'm just saying it's an expert art film, and I really dig it. So, I mean, I love the Scottish roads. I love the motorcycle shots. I mean, Johansson is just, she takes risks, and I dig that. And I love Under the Skin. So that's my number 4. What's your final one?
That's an interesting, well, hang on, because before I go there now I'm going to ramble. So I was on a podcast years ago with some buddies that we called the Blockbuster Brunch, and we did Under the Skin. And I remember being like, what the hell is this movie? Like, I just remember being completely baffled by it. So I need to watch it again and then re-listen to that episode and just be like, because I feel like I was just completely mind blown. I'm like, what is even happening? I just remember being the dissenter of the group because everybody else liked it, I think. And it was just this batshit movie that I was like, what is going on? I remember being like crazy about it. What's my last one going to be? I have 2 that I'm going between.
I have one. I'm pretty sure you're not going to pick it, so I'm happy.
Yeah, so you're good. You're good. I think you and I have very different, slightly different A24 tastes. So I think this is good because we're really getting we're getting squads together that really reflect us as horror fans, I think. In that vein, I'm going to go It Comes at Night.
Ooh, It Comes at Night. Very good movie.
Which I actually didn't care for much when I saw it in the theater. And it was an absolute example of me not being able to shift my expectations. So I think going back to it, I can sever what I thought it was going to be and watch it for what it is. And it's definitely got that great creepiness to it. So
we did an episode for it and we said it maybe comes at night. Even though I like the movie. That's a movie that everyone complained about the marketing, and it got a D or F cinema score. But I have a question, Lisa. You are a studio exec. You see It Comes at Night, and someone's like, all right, cut a trailer for it. You're kind of screwed. And so you gotta... Sometimes when people talk about mismarketing movies, you gotta understand, like, how else... Like, The Village, I think the trailer made it seem like a monster movie. But they didn't want to betray the twist, right?
Right.
So,
and you don't want to just show, a period piece movie because that's not going to put butts in the seats necessarily, or it's going to put the wrong butts in the seats.
So it's like, do you betray the twist? How do you market it? I like It Comes at Night, but I was watching this going, I don't know how else they could have cut the trailer. But
I need
like
to go back and revisit this one.
That guy directed another A24 movie, which I love, called Waves. And I think it's really good. It has Taylor Russell in it from the Escape Room movies and Lost in Space, and it's a really solid film. If you ever get bored, it's definitely worth watching.
That's not on this list that I've got in front of me to help me.
Oh, it's not a horror. I guess it's not a horror movie though. It's like just an A24 movie. I guess.
Okay.
Now, The Lighthouse is one of my favorite A24 movies.
It's a crazy
but I don't know if it's a horror movie.
I agree. It's kind of like, is it? Is it?
So I'm not going to add that. I also, but see, if I had to put favorite A24, it would be in my top 5. But I don't think it's a horror movie. Because
that was one I was debating with. It was either going to be It Comes at Night or The Lighthouse.
And I love The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very
I don't know
detached.
about that one.
But I gotta go with Life After Beth. And I know it's a
Okay.
comedy. I said I didn't